Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening. I know you see nothing, but now you saw nothing. But now I'm here. Welcome. Refresh, refresh. There we go. I think we're live. How about that? Yeah, that looks live. That looks live to me. Welcome, everyone. Say we got an excellent connection, apparently. Midnight Cafe Bustelo. I like that, Ox. Very nice. Lucid checking in. What's up, Natasha? Glad everyone could join me tonight on this. Is it All Soul? What did I say? This is All Souls Day? Something like that. Should probably turn off my phone notifications, but I didn't. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. Interesting day. Hang on a second. Oh, no. If you remember, last night there was this big fly, this big house fly. I have no idea how it got in my house. This big house fly. I don't have flies very much ever. I can't even remember the last time I had a fly in my house. This massive fly came in last night, or it was in the show last night, just appeared again. Drives me crazy. Anyway, Day of the Dead today, but Day of the Souls, I guess, is tomorrow. Technically midnight, right? So we're here where it's all happening. Day of the Dead. I like it. I like it. So, I think I cursed myself when I said the other day that I don't really get sick. I don't really get sick. I just let the gods know that I don't really get sick. Yeah, I think I'm sick. I have a temperature right now. The fly look big on your big screen TV? It's a massive fly. It's a massive fly. I thought I'd be able to grab it. I'm pretty good at that. I think it runs in the family. Quick little story. Not once. I think twice. As a kid, it's funny, I can't even say housefly because I grew up in New Mexico, and my dad always called it a dirty fly. It was never just a fly. It was never a housefly. It was a dirty fly. Oh, there's a dirty fly in the house. And he would always smack it with his hand. I don't know if this was once or twice. It could be one of those, you get your memories wrong. But one time we're getting ready to go on vacation. And he's chasing a fly around. And it was on a window, and he smacked it and broke the window and cut his hand, I believe. Yeah, so rather than leaving on a camping trip, we went to the emergency room so we could get stitches. Fortunately, I remember that every time I'm trying to get a fly, and I never try to hit them on the window. Or if I do, just like that, just a little flick. But not a big smash, because you want to learn. You want to learn, right? Anyway. Thanks for hanging out. We got like a number of people on Rumble, which is the point, which is why I'm doing these streams, is to draw people into Rumble, get more people excited about Rumble, get people signing up for Rumble, hanging out on Rumble. So thanks everybody for being there. Right now, we could use a few more people hitting the like button. If you could do that, let me know you're a real person. That would be awesome possum. That'd be great. But yeah, we'll get to the what's going on with the background. Looks like a major fog. Yeah, again, I just downloaded this background. It's got some fog in it. I thought it was kind of cool. I think I told you, but if you weren't here when I told you, Sunday night, as I was coming back home at night, I had all my camera equipment with me, and I thought, oh, I'll go down to the waterfront in Portland, because I got all my equipment with me, because I took it down to visit my folks and, you know, had to take a family portrait and whatnot. And I thought, oh, this will be great. I can set it up, and I can do record a couple minutes on the waterfront, and then I can have my own custom waterfront of downtown Portland. This is going to be great. And it was like a zombie apocalypse party going on down there. There were just a ton of homeless people. Looked like they were just having a big ass party down on the waterfront. Did not look safe. This is not the place to take $1,000 cameras. You know, can't really take a tripod and set it up. You kind of draw an attention to yourself. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Yeah, that's an idea. I don't. Huh. I'll have to see. I'll have to see if I can do that. I may. I'm trying to remember if I have any COVID tests in my house, because perhaps I got the coof. Perhaps I do, but I'm trying to remember if I have any of those test boxes still left. I think I used the last one. And I did a story about how you could get 4 free tests. You just had to go to a government website and they'd mail them to you. I did the story on my show. I didn't do it. I could have used a couple freebies, but yeah. Anyway, look at the moon. You swapped sides. Perhaps. Perhaps. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking, yeah, I might do a COVID test, but I'm looking, I just pulled down all I have boxes and boxes of drugs, not drugs, supplements and everything, so I could find a couple things to take. Try and get my temperature down. Try to get my temperature down, because it's not good when you're running into temperature. I run a high temperature, and when I do, I kind of get loopy. So I was not feeling great when I wrote these jokes. So forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Not sure what that means. I thought that was the point. Tom prefers us to be here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Look at the moon, you swap sides. Oh, did I change the moon emoji? Is that what you're talking about? This moon here, this is not actually the moon. This is the reflection of the circle light that I have around my camera. You can see that. No, guess you can't. Anyway, boxes and boxes of drugs. Knock, knock, knock. No, they're all legitimate drugs. At least that's what I'm saying. Into these microphones. You know, all the old cold medicine and all the odd supplements you take because you read something online that it might do something to help you out, and then you buy it, and then you take it for about 3 days, and then you just don't anymore. Yeah, I guess we all kind of do that. Okay. Well, glad you're over here, Big Daddy. I'm glad that you're here. I thought the background was Breaking Bad cooking fumes. Well, could be that too. I wasn't there when they recorded it. Actually, when I downloaded it, or when I played it originally, it was moving much faster, and I turned the speed down to about 25%. So I'm not sure if it was a time lapse or what's going on there. But yeah, I guess let's get into some jokes, shall we? Jokes about the news. Well, that's not good. Hang on. You see what this is here? Let's see, can you see me up here? Let me fix that. We distract you. Let me fix this. This will just take 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm back. Let's see if that works. Well, it's not a great angle. Not a great angle. Okay, I'll just do it from here. I have a kind of a makeshift teleprompter, and what you saw there was a black t-shirt that I used. And again, like I say, I'm running a temperature, and when I'm running a temperature, I can't even think straight. And yeah, obviously I didn't set this up right, but let's get into the joke, shall we? I'm not going to blame coconut. That fly breezed through here one more time. My God. Anyway, seems Donald Trump Jr. wanted to add some romance to his courtroom appearance. He asked the sketch artist to make him look sexy, possibly inspired by a flattering courtroom portrait of another figure. Maybe he's planning to launch a new career as a courtroom heartthrob, The Bachelor, Courthouse Edition. Yeah. Okay. Should not see that. You should not see that light. SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, was found guilty today. Yeah, crypto millionaire convicted of fraud. Turns out you can't just blockchain your way out of the courtroom. Yeah. It's certainly a moving situation for schools dealing with this paper carton milk shortage. It's important that children have access to nutritious milk, so schools are getting creative with how they serve it, whether it be coffee mugs or tiki mugs. Yeah. Tiki mugs for the kids' milk. Like I say, I was yikes. Running a bit of a fever. Some people, when they run a fever, they're funnier, and I think I'm a whole lot less. But let's see. It seems like we're in an olive oil crisis. As prices keep rising, I bet pretty soon we'll see olive oil being sold by the drop, not the gallon. Maybe it's time to start saving those olive pits and pressing our own oil in our kitchen. But with the rising cost, I guess that makes it extra virgin olive oil now. Oh man, dad jokes aplenty today. Starbucks wants 55,000 stores by 2030. I mean, how many more places can they put one? I'm just waiting for the day they open a Starbucks inside a Starbucks so you can order coffee from your coffee barista while you wait for your coffee. That's happening. Amazon, their fashion statement had a major wardrobe malfunction. They're closing down their Amazon style stores. These are physical stores because apparently it's hard to make clothes shopping trendy when you're mostly known for cardboard boxes. Yeah. Well, this is good news. Folks, Brave has a new AI assistant called Leo. Brave, the Brave browser. But here's the kicker. Leo respects your privacy. Uh-oh. It doesn't snoop around, no personal data collection, and you won't even need an account. Leo looks like the rare friend who's fun and doesn't ask weird questions about your life. Who would have thought a browser could have better boundaries than your nosy neighbor? Yeah. Well, the sad truth is that Mount Everest has become the world's most exclusive cemetery. It's so expensive to rest in peace up there that even the Grim Reaper thinks twice. You need a small fortune just to die with that view. Probably should have set up that joke better. Said a lot of people are dying on their trip up there and they just leave the bodies. And anyway, you get the idea. Ha ha ha. Hey folks, you hear the latest from Coca-Cola. They quietly axed their Fanta Birch beer. And let's just say it's a soda equivalent of a breakup text. It's not you, it's us, they said. But let's be honest, they've been seeing other flavors on the side. So, if you're sipping a birch beer, cherish it because it's become the soda world's one that got away. Yeah. Leo, doesn't that stand for law enforcement officer? Maybe. Yeah. Gonna try to make castor bean oil in my kitchen. Well, good luck with that. I don't even know what that is. I know castor oil, but castor bean oil, don't. If I was closer, I'd be your house drummer. Someone said I was a good once. Well, Big Daddy, I would love it if you could hang out here and just you know, give a couple of rim shots like that. I think we'd all be down for that. Now, you know, folks, Hillary Clinton is teaching a class at Columbia University, and students are walking out because they think she's too pro-Israel. I mean, really? They should just call it How to Get Out of an Email Scandal 101. But but hey, maybe they're just getting a head start on cancel culture, because in today's world, if you disagree, you just walk out. Poof, the problem disappears. Right? So, yeah, Elon Musk, I was saying, he was on Joe Rogan. He was criticizing George Soros. Well, isn't that like Iron Man accusing Lex Luthor of being up to no good in Metropolis? I mean, it's not every day we get billionaire superheroes and supervillains duking it out on the political stage. Next, we'll have Jeff Bezos accusing Warren Buffett of secretly running the Justice League. I said the Justice League. I don't know. I don't watch those movies. I was just trying to make references. Anyway, well, I guess now what happens when Red Bull really gives you wings? Mark Mateschitz, that's his name, Mateschitz, the richest millennial in Europe, just got even richer with a $615 million dividend. You know you're privileged when your idea of an energy boost involves sipping champagne with dollar signs on the bubbles, or euro signs, or whatever. I guess this makes him a billionaire. A billionaire. Yeah. So, still haven't figured out my graphics. Not sure what's going on with that. Have no idea. And so hopefully I'll get it fixed for tomorrow morning. Perhaps, maybe not. Anyway, how are y'all doing tonight? What a name. Mateschitz. Well, that's actually the name. M-A-T-E, Mata, S-C-H-I-T-Z, Mateschitz. Mateschitz. I think with all that money, you might change your name, perhaps. But anyway, well, let's see if we can do this today. I keep saying we'll keep trying this until we decide whether it's good or not. But here we go. So this is connections for today. So let's do it. What's on your T-shirt, Tom? This is just a random kind of death metal style thing. I think there's a skull and a goat's head and a, you know, some kind of zodiac thing. Maybe a snake or something. I don't know. I kind of like the aesthetic, you know, it's just scary. But doesn't mean anything in particular. But here we go. We're creating 4 groups of 4. And I will not pick the first 4 like I usually do. But let's just look at what we see. Now, right off the bat, I'm seeing one. So let's see if I can. I see 3. So I'll hit the shuffle button, mix it up. Because we got Apple. And we got Dell. But I don't know what else. What else those would be. So what else we got here? No, keep laughing. Let's see. Apple computer, Dell computer. Yeah, Apple and Dell are both computers, but we need 4. We need 4. Kindle is on there? Oh, Apple, Dell, Kindle. What would the last one be? Intel? See, Intel makes a processor. It's not quite the same, but let's give it a shot. No. So oh, computer. Should we try computer? Apple, Dell, computer, Kindle. I don't know. Let's give it a shot. No. Okay, let's forget those. Let's see if we can come up with something else. And maybe that will become more clear in the future. Let's see. Reactor, right? That would be... I don't know what else that would be. You know, sometimes you can put a word in front of something. You know, like hollow, it could be like Sleepy Hollow, but there's no Sleepy Computer or Sleepy Data or Sleepy Glen, so that's probably not it. You know, like light could be like light bulb, planet bulb, valley bulb, computer bulb. Obviously, those aren't words. Yikes. We've already missed it twice. Intel Data Info. Oh, okay, yeah. So Intel is like intelligence. Data is stuff. Info. And we need one more. What's something else that means information? Apple, no. Light, no. Kindle, no. Hollow, reactor, burn. News? Oh, hang on. Nope. Thought I could get the dirty fly. Oh. Ugh. What do we got here? So we got Intel. We got data. We got info. Light, torch, burn, kindle. There we go. That's something. Light, torch, burn, kindle. Ignite. Yes. Very good. Excellent job. Look at the moon. Thank you for that. So I'll hit the shuffle button so we can look at it differently now. What else we got? So oh, nice. What kind of, let's see. See, I see news and I just think fake news, right? Fake news, fake planet, fake data. But I do agree that Intel data and info are good. Glen Hollow Valley Dell. Oh, there we go. Dell Valley, Hollow, and Glen. Small wooded area. Boom. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking it's the Daily News, the Daily Planet. No? Daily News, Daily Planet. Nope. Huh. Well, thank goodness this isn't a timed test. Ba-dum-bum. I think we... So I think data, news, intel, and info. I'm just going to go for it. Information. There we go. And then reactor, computer, planet, and Apple. I don't even know what the connection is. Things with cores. Oh, very nice. So we got an Apple core, a computer core, a planet core, and a reactor core. Okay, very good. So we did solve that. Thanks, Look at the Moon, for coming through with the good ones there. So thank you for that. You know, thank you for that. That was good. I like that. And you know, speaking of dumb stuff, right? Oh, there was a story. There was a story of this 27-year-old that Google and Microsoft, this Indian guy, that Google and Microsoft were investing in this guy. He's starting a company, an AI company. And it got me thinking. Yeah, it got me thinking. Back when I was 27, what are some companies that I might have started if Google and Microsoft invested in my 1997 ideas, right? So, yeah, we got a top 12 list. And forgot the graphic does not work. My little top 12 countdown graphic does not work. Whoa. All right, here we go. So, you get the premise. The premise is some kid, Google and Microsoft invested millions of dollars in him. He's only 27 years old. What if Google and Microsoft invested in me when I was that age? So here's my 1997 ideas that would have done really well if they invested in me. Number 12. Now keep in mind, this is late 90s. Okay, that's where the jokes are coming from. All right. Number 12, dial-up therapist. You've got issues, we've got time. Number 11, diskette delivery, same-day software on CD-ROMs. Yeah. Okay. Number 10, Microsoft and Google invested in me when I was that age. I would have a company that made virtual reality pet rocks. A rock that's virtually low maintenance. Yeah, okay. Number 9, iSnail Mail. It would be a company that transforms emails into handwritten letters. Yeah. Okay. Number 8, nap chat. Share your daily nap schedule with your friends in the most exciting way possible. I think we all want that. Number 7, junk mail jammer to defend your mailbox from all those AOL offers. Nothing like 30-year-old references. Oh, man. Number 6, dial-up dance studio. Get fit while waiting for the internet to connect. Yeah. Number 5, Y2K party planners, preparing for a night of dancing, panic, and no computer crashes. All right. Now, if Microsoft and Google gave me millions of dollars when I was that age, my company would be a GeoCities expansion, building the ultimate under construction website empire. Oh, man. Oh, man. Number 3, Uber before Uber. It's a service that calls a taxi on your landline. Yeah. Number 2, chat room chaperone. It's protecting teens from ASL. Oh, man. I probably got to explain the joke. The jokes are never funny when they're explained, folks. But ASL is right, age, sex, location. So when you're in a chat room back in the day, it was just text. People would say ASL. You go, I'm 19, I'm male, I'm in Albuquerque. Yeah. Yeah. And the number 1 surprise, the number 1 company that I would have started had Microsoft and Google invested in me in the late 90s. Windows 95 Memory Expansion Center. More RAM, more problems, but mostly more RAM. Oh, nice. So let's check out what's happening in the chat here. Cool. Ice snail. Yeah, exactly. You remember it was called snail mail, right? No one calls it that anymore. I'm glad I have a locking mailbox because who wants to go out to the mailbox every single day? I probably should empty it, but you know. If you wanted investment, you needed to end the company with a .com. That's how you get funded. Exactly. I need that 30 years ago. Party like it's 1999. Exactly. The slimline phone on the wall with the 40-foot tangled cord. Exactly. We had that. We had a phone in the kitchen with a really long curly cord. It was green, a green phone. And we actually had, in high school, I still had the dial, like the actual dial phone. Now, it was interesting. We got a really cool number when I was a kid. And I can tell you my home phone number when I was a kid because we haven't been there in 30 years or whatever. But when we were going to get a number, back then they had a phone store. And so you would go to the store, you know, to sign up for phone service. And my dad went in and they gave him a number and he's like, nah, I can't remember that. You got to give me something else. And they go, okay, well, how about this number? He's like, nah, I can't remember that. You got to give me an easier number. And he just stood there until they gave him a number he liked. And so my phone number as a kid was 299-2999. That was our home phone. And boy, what a pain with the dial. 9. But yeah, 299-2999. Just because he didn't want to he wanted a number that was easy to remember. So he was very persuasive, and I was happy with it because I can still remember that number today. And back then you had to remember people's numbers, right? I probably had a dozen friends that I remembered all of their numbers, but you had to remember the numbers because, we didn't have cell phones. Didn't have pagers either. Didn't have any of that stuff. So you had to remember numbers, and that was our number growing up. So that was fun. 8675309, also a good number. 9. That's how you got to say it. 9. It was a Tommy Two-Tone. Tommy Nuance. I like that. Yeah, Tommy Two-Tone did that song. And I'm sure people got harassed in every single every single area code. People were harassed if they happened to have that number. What a pain. The number was my birth year, my dad's birth year, my mom's birth year, my dad's birthday. Well, there we go. That's pretty good. That would be an easy number to remember if you know all those things. So that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Again, I apologize. I'm not all there today. I'm running a fever and I'm feeling kind of dumb. But anyway, here's just a story I wanted to share with you real quick, just to get your feedback on this. Let's check this out. So here we go. These American birds and dozens more will be renamed to remove human monikers. So this is actually from NPR. But it's being reported all over the place. Get ready to say goodbye to a lot of familiar bird names, like Anna's hummingbird, Gamble's quail, Lewis's woodpecker, Bewick's wren, Bullock's oriole, and more. That's because the American Ornithology Society has vowed to change the English names of all bird species currently named after people, along with any other bird deemed offensive or exclusionary. Names have power, and power can be for the good or it can be for the bad, says Colleen Handel, the Society's president. And I'm just saying that this is a woman. And research wildlife biologist with the U.S. Geological Survey in Alaska. We want these names to be powerful in a really good way. So if they're named after people, that's bad. And I'm going to guess it's probably because those people are white. We can't have that. We've come to understand that there are certain names that have offensive or derogatory connotations that cause pain to people. Oh, a bird's name causes pain to people. And that is important to change those, remove those as barriers to their participation in the world of birds, she says. Because, that's what I think of when I think of, if you were to go to, say, a bird-watching society meetup, what I'm picturing is just a vast variety of races and everything. They're all excited about the birds. No, I highly doubt that. I'm guessing they would be a bunch of old white people. I would assume, but I'm just guessing. The project will begin next year, initially focusing on 70 to 80 bird species that occur primarily in the U.S. and Canada, about 6 or 7% of the total species. They're going to rename 7% of all the birds because they're named after people. Oh, my goodness. While the society has the authority over English names of Latin American birds, it's planning a broader set of discussions with ornithologists and organizations in Latin America before proceeding with Latin American name changes. There are birds in South America that were named for friends of mine, adds Kaufman. I would like to think that they would accept this for the benefit that it brings. Not if your friends were white. We can't have that. Nope. The American Ornithology Society and its predecessor organizations have maintained a list of the official English language names for birds in North America since 1886. Occasionally, bird names have been changed, most often for scientific reasons. So let me just skip down here to the bottom, see if there's any. Names are important for humans, and this is absolutely a human-driven exercise. They're important for the people who watch birds and the communities who may or may not feel very welcome. If all the birds are named after these old European ornithologists. Okay, so again, I don't know. World has gone mad. Really? We're renaming birds because not everybody feels included? You know, next thing you know, we're going to have to rename anything that's named after anything English, right? Because that might not be as welcoming to people that aren't English. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments. In fact, let's check out what's happening in the chat, in the group chat. We got... I have an encyclopedia of North American birds. They're not going to be changing the names in that. I already have the book. LOL. Exactly. Exactly. Look at the moon. That narrows it down. I'll call you in 500 years. What about Larry Bird? Does he get to keep his name? Offensive bird, the dodo. Yeah. Big Bird is so offended, I'm sure it's sizist, probably. Canceled. Mean birds. Angry birds. Exactly. Angry birds reserving their opinion for a later date. I hate crows. They can probably be considered a race. That can probably be considered a racist statement. Yeah, you don't talk too loudly negatively about the crows. It's not England's fault that African countries didn't develop a bird naming system first. Yeah, see? If only they had developed a bird naming system in Africa for all the birds that we have over here in the U.S. Oh, well. Oh, well. You know, it's funny you mentioned crows. And this is pretty funny. I found out a way to deal with crows. A friend of mine was living in, I think he was either in Manhattan Beach or what is HB down there? It's not Hermosa Beach. What is it? But he was down there, Manhattan Beach, Southern California, living right on the ocean. And his apartment, there was a tree. He was like on the 3rd floor or something. There was a tree right outside his apartment window, and and there were crows there all the time. He couldn't stand it. He could not stand these crows. And so he ended up getting a like a water cannon type thing that he would go out and shoot at the crows. But that didn't stop it, because they would come back every single day. They would come back every day. And so what we came up with was to get a bunch of thread, and he got a thing of thread, and he threw it in the tree and had it come down, kind of like when you're throwing toilet paper in trees. You throw the roll up and then it comes down through there. So we had a thing of a spool of thread, and he kept throwing it into the tree and having it just kind of go through the entire tree, and it would kind of tighten on itself. So there were all these threads throughout the tree. And what happened is the crows would fly into the tree, they would hit the thread and get hurt. And they would like fall down or whatever. And now we're assuming we can't get in the head of the crows, but perhaps the crows were like, yeah, that tree's haunted. We can't go in that tree anymore. And that stopped the crows from going in the tree outside his apartment. And I thought that was a pretty clever way to deal with the crows. Kind of a bit extreme, if you ask me, but it worked. Now, did it work because he did that? I don't know. I mean, I can't say scientifically that that's what happened. I mean, it could have been a coincidence. But I thought it was a hilarious story because, every time I talked to him, he would be like, oh, these damn crows. Oh, I can't stand these damn crows. So we kept trying different things. And then it was finally the thread in the tree that was the thing that did it and got rid of all the crows. So, yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah, I think it was a brilliant idea. Hey, what's up, Rev? Good to see you. Although it probably repelled all the nice birds, too. It probably, but I don't think that there were a whole lot of other birds there. He was, like near the boardwalk. Like it was a real, out there by the beach. And, yeah, he just couldn't stand these crows. And it was really funny talking to him because he would lose his mind with these crows. He would just, I can't stand these crows. He was ready to move because he couldn't stand the crows making all the noise. He was like right outside his balcony. So yeah, you could try that. If you've got some birds you want to get rid of, perhaps you got like some good cherry trees or something like that, and the birds attack the cherry trees, right? You don't want them all eaten before you got a chance to take them down. So you get some thread and you throw thread through the whole tree, and maybe the birds hit the thread, they're spooked by it, they leave that tree alone. Perhaps. I don't know, but if you do and you have it work, let me know. That might be, that could have been my business idea if, they gave me all this money back in the 90s. I'm like, yeah, no, I got this great idea. We're going to defeat birds with thread. Yeah. Yeah. Crows do make a loud racket. There's 2 crows in this neighborhood where I live, and they come to my yard every single day. And it's the same ones. They're fine. The one thing that I don't care for, though, is sometimes they're on the roof. They go on the roof, and then they peck at things. And so it's like someone's knocking and walking around on the roof. I'm in a single-story mansion, if you will. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm in a single-story house, so, yeah, I can hear anything on the roof. And obviously, it's not going to be people on my roof, but I hear something on the roof, and it's those damn crows. So, yeah, there we go. My folks have a problem with these huge birds nesting in their trees. I forget what kind. They make a big old poopy mess. Well, that's what they do. That's their job. In California, there's a Huntington Beach. I think he was Huntington Beach, Manhattan Beach. I think he lived at both of those. But yeah, Huntington Beach. Yeah, it sounds familiar. HB. Huntington Beach. I'm pretty sure that's where he was. Yeah, turkeys can get up on the roof too. Well, I haven't. This is funny. Not in Portland have I seen turkeys, but I've been down in Corvallis, which is where Oregon State University is. And I took my dog down, and we were walking around the neighborhood there, walking the dog. And there were live turkeys just walking around on the street down there. I mean, it was kind of up, in the hills. It was kind of a nicer area, kind of forested area. But, you know, nicer houses and, you know, not a lot of traffic or anything like that. But yeah, turkeys just walking down the street, minding their own business. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Yeah, it does go by HB. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. HB. Yeah, yeah. So they're always looking for ways to scare them off. Mylar balloons seem to do the trick. Oh, Mylar balloons might work as well. Get some Mylar balloons, put them up in the tree. Look odd, but, you know, who cares? I mean, if it does the job, right? I mean, I'm all for that. So I wanted to show you one last thing. So I need to get ready for the show tomorrow. And one thing that I do is I try to find, you know, tomorrow's a fact check Friday. So I need a good fact check. I want to show you how bad some of the fact checks are. And this is just kind of the state of fact checking. So here, this is a tool. This is actually by Google. Google has this new tool. They've had it for, I don't know, maybe a month now. It's called, they have fact check tools, and this is the Fact Check Explorer, and you can look at all the recent fact checks. So here, and you can see that fact checks are they're nonsense. So here it is. We got a claim by Facebook, Bollywood actor said something false, right? Claimed by a viral video. A viral video shared on Facebook claims to show a Palestinian father teaching his son to laugh at bombing. False. This might be a real fact check here. Claimed by Boris Johnson, the average age of COVID-19 deaths is higher than the average life expectancy, which means that people who get COVID live longer. Let's see what the rating is. The median age of COVID deaths around the end of 2020 was higher than life expectancy at birth at that time, but many people were also younger than that. Life expectancy also increases with age, and people who reach their 80s generally still have years left to live. Well, I hope so. So we didn't even get a rating on that one. But let me just show you how they just crank these out. Claim on X, Facebook, TikTok. Bella Hadid declares her support for Israel in a speech. False. Video of Hamas attacking an Israeli tank. False. Video claims pro-Hamas protesters setting a policeman on fire in London. False. Finland blamed a Russian operation for damaging the Baltic Connector gas pipeline. False. Video shows recent footage. False. Misleading. False. False. Mostly false. 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 Oh, we got a true. This is claimed by a Jacksonville teacher. Teachers can confiscate student phones. Well, according to First Coast News, yes, they can. A teacher can confiscate a student's phone in Florida. But when we just scroll through, and these are just by time. So this fact-checking tool, it's just going through and it's looking at all the recent ones. Just every time there's a new fact check that gets put out into the world, it goes on this. And we scroll through and we can see false, 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 false. Here's a true. Purple paint on trees and posts indicate no trespassing. Well, I guess they say that's true. But these are all like low effort fact checks. It's as if you get hired as a fact checker, the easy thing to do is you go on TikTok, you go on Facebook, you go on X, you find something stupid that everybody knows or that most people would know would be totally stupid and made up, and you write a quick fact check story on it, because then you get, hey, editor, look, I did another fact check. Oh, what'd you do? Well, I went on TikTok. I saw some ridiculous claim that only an idiot would believe, and then I wrote how it's not true. Yeah, that's the state of fact-checking today. And it's even true with Snopes. So like I just pulled up Snopes here. Okay. And a featured story, does a photo show Wonder Woman actor Gal Gadot turning up to serve in the Israeli Defense Forces? Gal Gadot, multi-millionaire. You think she's going to go serve in the IDF? Yeah, I mean, we don't even have to read the story. We know that's not true. And, you know, did Whoopi Goldberg say she's ready to leave the U.S. if Trump is reelected? I don't know. She probably said something dumb like that. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Let's check it out. The rumor about The View co-host surfaced about a year before voters decide on the next president. And it's from a site labeled Satire. Okay. It sounds like something she could have said, but even if she said it, who cares? Why are we fact-checking something Whoopi Goldberg said? Nobody cares what she says. I don't think anyone counts on what she says as being accurate. Did Colin Kaepernick beg to rejoin team and vow to never, ever, ever kneel again? I'm going to guess that's fake news. But it's funny, like, are Disney parks eliminating their disability access services? Yeah, I'm sure Disney is going to get rid of their wheelchair ramps, right? So, again, most fact-checking is just garbage. And if you ever decide to look into it and you just start looking through all the fact checks, you go, wow, over 90% of them are like old school. I don't know. People don't say it anymore, but, you know, I think in the 80s it was no duh, right? No duh. No one would believe that this is true. And if you believe that it's true, I don't know what to tell you. Google always has the one and only right answer. Well, Erie Ferry, you were absolutely correct. You can always count on Google. Can we just vote Whoopi off the island? I don't know. I don't understand The View. I don't understand how people can watch The View. I don't know how they get the ratings that they do. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And in many ways, one might think that there's some misogynist at ABC News, and they want to, and one of the most powerful people at ABC News is like, you know what, I hate women, and I want to make women look really, really, really stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a group of women, and they're all going to be really stupid, and I'm going to have them say all kinds of stupid stuff to make women look stupid. Now, I don't have any evidence that that's true, but it's a pretty good idea, and it's a better explanation. You give me a better explanation as to how The View operates, okay? My theory is that there's an evil misogynist running things at ABC, and he wants women to look stupid. And so he's created the show to make just all women look really, really dumb. Now, if you've got a better explanation, I'd like to hear it. But that's kind of what I think it would be. Can there be such a thing as female misogyny? Oh, I'm sure that there can be. The key to watching The View is to watch it like this. I like it. I like it, Erie Ferry. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, yeah. But, oh, thanks for hanging out with me this evening. Like I say, I'm running a temperature. I'm hoping it's not a big deal. But, boy, it really kind of... It's interesting. When I run a temperature, I don't know. I think maybe I drop down to normal IQ. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, I just seem to like forget things and just, I don't know. My brain's not all there when I have a fever. And I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but for me, I'm just a kind of a wreck. Like I should never sign any legal paperwork if I have a fever. That should be one of the things. You know, you go in to sign some big contract, they should take your temperature. Make sure you don't have a fever, because I tell you, I'm not in my right mind when I have one. That's for sure. But anywho, misogyny. I like that. Misogyny. Because we all like wordplay. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow at noon on the West Coast, 3 p.m. on the East Coast for my Coffee Nuance show. It is a Friday, a fact check Friday. I'm going to have to find a fact check. Like I say, I showed you what I do. I go through trying to find a fact check that someone might care about, or something that I could have some input into. But like I say, about 90% of fact checks are just nonsense to begin with. But that's probably true for most stories in the media, right? Probably 90% of them are nonsense anyway. I didn't watch TV for 10 years, read a lot of books instead. Decided to watch TV one day, turned it on to The View. Turned off, haven't watched since. Well, I'm with you there. Yeah, Friday. And I guess technically it is Friday now on the East Coast, because we start the show midnight Americano. The one thing I was wondering, though, when the show starts at midnight, I've been putting in the thumbnail, I want to put up like what day it is, and so I've been putting the day before midnight as the day of the show. I'm just not sure. Like, so for today, I just put a little Thursday night. But I mean, technically it's Friday morning. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, no, we got a good night shift. So thanks for hanging out with me this evening. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm going to play around and see if I can figure out how to get these graphics working. I wouldn't count on it. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow for Fact Check Friday. And I will see you tomorrow and tomorrow night for another Midnight Americano. So I hope to see you then. No fancy outro thing, but I'll play you out with the music. So you all have a beautiful evening. Until next time, peace. Check false. All right, see you then.